Hey Divine Ones, it's Ingrid. I thought I would come out before I go for a walk. I have just been on my bike cycling and I've been channeling and I've been really getting ready for the next level in my business and in my life, and obviously then in my frequency. I'm going to wait to see if some people pop on, and I want to explain what's happening right now. I just put up a post, hi everybody, about clearing out my vortex, my life, my friendships on Facebook. Hey, and I wanted people to post below, so please post below if you want to be connected, because I'm going to be quite fierce about clearing up who I'm connected to online for many reasons. Because right now we are welcoming in the new. It is time for resurrection and rebirth, and I refuse to hold on to anything in my life that really isn't for my newer consciousness and vibration. And oh gosh, I am about to go to the next level, deeper, 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 fiercer, 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 more vulnerable, more open, more powerful. Now, some of my friends or clients, you know, I was really thinking about it today. They're not my friends. I have the most beautiful, heart-centered relationships with my clients. It's like a soul contract. But I'm here to lead. I'm here to be a diva. I trigger the F out of my clients. And that is my job. My job is to shine a light on where you get tripped up, where you get triggered, because that is exactly what my role is, to help you ascend. And when I am in your face and you are triggered, you should absolutely, am I frozen, guys, or am I just frozen for Christine? Thank you for letting me know. It is rebirth, it is resurrection. And you know, I even had someone say to me the other day, I can't stand what you do. I can't stand watching your videos. You give so much, you're so much. And I say, hey, I am who I am, and who I am, I love. It's taken me 42 years to get to this level, and I will not deny, I will not hide, I will not dampen my power for anyone. I do not need people to like me. I do not need to affirm me, because I affirm myself. And in saying this, everything that I share, I am one of the probably most transparent people in this industry that I know. I don't hide anything from how I sell, from how I literally reach out to people and connect with people. I don't hide what comes up for my clients. I've got women who, like, oh my God, like I was telling a story about a client who is in my high-end empire who wanted to work with me privately and then didn't get around to paying me, you know, for the installment to work with me. And I told a story about that, because I am not going to kowtow. Of course, I didn't use her name, and she loves it and she gets it. And I'm fierce, because I will not carry and kowtow and pussyfoot around the growth and the ascension for whether you're my client or whether you're here on Facebook. Let's get real. I use Facebook to lead. I'm not here to be your friend. I am here to lead and guide visionary women into conscious wealth. That is my calling. That is what I'm born for. And I'm not holding back. So it doesn't serve me to actually really be your friend. Can I have deep love for you? Yes. Can I have deep compassion for you? Absolutely. Can I laser in and see where you need to heal and call you on your shiz because I deeply care about you coming into your power? Yes. Is it vulnerable? Yes. Is it scary for me to be sometimes at this level of truth and heart and power? Yes. But that is what I am committed to. That is my calling, and I will not dampen it. And people get triggered all the time. And you know what I do? I do a happy friggin' dance. I celebrate in that, because in that, she is awakened to what she needs to heal. She is in her face with what she needs to resolve. She is there to then look at what has been hidden, what has been denied, what has been pushed down, what has been kind of crushed the darkness that lives in every single cell of her being that needs to be resurrected and released for her sacred ascension, right? Who's with me here? And if that's scary for some people or uncomfortable, hello, that's what I'm here for. It actually comes, if you get it, most people get it, the people that are really on my page get that it comes from the deepest love that I could possibly bring to you, the deepest amount of ethics, the deepest amount of conviction, the deepest amount of my own self-honoring, the deepest amount of my passion to see the femme rise. The femme must rise. It is a sacred time for us all to rise. When I call someone who's going on and on and on and on about their story, the story that traps them, the story that crucifies who they am, and I call them on it because I know that they are scared shitless around dissolving that story and being in their power. You know what? When it's an ideal client for me, they hug me, they love me, they break down into tears. I had one client, I held a lot of sacred space for her. She's a beautiful woman. I adore her. She still works with me. And she had a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of rage, a lot of stuff. And there was a lot of complaining and a lot of kind of releasing. And I held space for that. And we did a lot of healing work. And then one day she messages me. And she says something about the private group, which is literally like 99.9% of every single person in my High-End Empire paid group says it's like an alchemy. It's like this amazing, amazing, amazing sisterhood, right? Where we're so supportive and we're doing videos and healing and sharing and supporting and owning our voices and all that kind of stuff. It's like an alchemy, right? And she comes to me privately and says, I think there's so much competition on that group and nobody likes me and blah, da, 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 da. And I was just like, I don't want to swear, but I did swear. I said, what the F are you talking about? Okay, I've had it. Let's just call it. Let's call it. What the F are you talking about, dear sister? Because this is the biggest load of BS baloney that I've ever heard, okay? So what is going on? The story that you're telling yourself. I have people come into my groups going, no one likes me, no one wants to watch me. And I'm like, we all adore you. We all love you. We all think you're like the goddess incarnate. We all think you're a diva. And what are you doing? Going into this story. You've made it up in your own head. It's your own inner wounded child. And it's not even real. And you isolate and you attack and you persecute and everything is shiz. And in that reality, sister, you will not rise. In that reality, you will burn everything down. Nothing that anyone does. No amount of love that is shown to you can actually get to you because you have decided that everything is shiz and no one, you make up the story. Now, we've all been there, right? We all make up stories. And right now, in this moment, it is time for resurrection. What BS story, whether you've been abused, fine, you've been abused. I've been abused. I've had so much shiz happen to me in my life with my family. Oh my God, lost my company being stolen from me in New York by a dodgy lawyer. All these different stories, the stories. At the end of the day, you have a choice. We either become empowered by those painful situations in our lives. We learn from them. We see it as a liquid gold situation, no matter how much abuse. That doesn't mean that we don't have grief. That doesn't mean that we don't have deep compassion. That doesn't mean that we don't go through really deep, sometimes healing, sometimes the days when you feel like you cannot get out of bed, the days when you drop on your hands and knees and you start praying to God and the divine to support you. And in that moment also, you never get up. You pray every day. That's how I live my life, right? I'm in divine prayer every day. And then you release becoming a victim and you rise into becoming the vixen, the creatrix of your own life. So I want you to look at processing, reframing, rewiring, and recalibrating your frequency so that you can become your own high priestess. You can become the vixen and the creatrix of your own life. Write it down, look at it, look at the story, and then rewire it by rewriting it in your understanding. So when I had chronic illness, when I had a benign tumor in my uterus and I had all these surgeries and I really had no one to turn to, I had blood poisoning, everything was shiz. I literally was dying, and it was a pretty tough time. I had so many issues. I had anxiety and fear and self-loathing and all this poisonous stuff from my past and messaging that I hadn't really, I didn't even know how to really process it all. And really reflecting back at that time where I literally was poisoned from the inside, right? Poisoned. I literally had blood pouring out of my, vagina. I had this, all the bleeding, all the stuff, because I had this tumor in my uterus. It was actually undetected. I won't go into it right now, but it was really horrible, and I hemorrhaged during that operation and all that stuff. And it was kind of the catalyst, almost like I wanted to purge out literally all that bacteria, all that ugliness. And at that point I started praying, and I had no one to really turn to. I didn't have a partner at the time. My family relationships were pretty horrific. And it was at that point that I dropped to my knees and prayed, and started praying and praying and praying and praying, and looking back at all the experiences that I have had. And when I had to start off with no money, and I remember telling my clients, you guys think that, oh, I've just had it so easy. It's absolutely could not be any more it's the opposite. I'm very blessed. I've had a very blessed life. I love my parents. I love my family now. I try to really celebrate who they are through everything that I've gone through in my life. I used to feel so stupid through being hit a lot as a child. I was taken to the university very young for an IQ test, and my IQ is really high, but I was made to feel stupid because my dad used to hit me a lot and teach me algebra and want me to be like this genius of a child. And so looking through all the conditioning and all of that, I love my dad. I have a beautiful relationship with him, but now I do. And I've looked at all of that, and I've rewired the story, because through all that feeling of being isolated and alone, it taught me one very powerful tool and tip that no one can ever take away from me, and it served me so incredibly well in my life. And that is to be my own mother, lover, father, channeling the spirits, being connected to Creator, being connected to the God consciousness, downloading crystalline DNA, rewiring and healing within me, learning to support and back myself when no one was there, has literally made me the fiercest as fuck diva on the planet. And that is not saying that you can't be the fiercest diva on the planet. I'm saying join me, join me, join me, join me in this. This is not a one thing. This is not one woman saying she will be the best. She is the leader diva. We are all the leader diva. We all have the power to be the best at what we provide and do in terms of our service. We are here collectively together. It is not one woman better than the other woman. It is us all deciding and seeing our own light to rise into the new dimension. So when a client comes to me, or a woman that I meet, I'm not going to lie. I use my energy. I could easily just not say anything. Sometimes I'm discerning and I don't. I know when to use my energy and not. But I'll tell you, who is in my actual central vortex is me. I have my core family that sits, my daughter right near my energy center, then my husband, and then my friends, and then my clients. And I stay in my vortex, right, of my own vibration. So I don't care that I trigger you. It is my job. It is my intention on some level. I'm just being truthful with who I am. I'm just coming into my power. I'm not trying to push your buttons. All I want to do is connect to your heart. And all I intend to do is to be truthful from my truth, from my perspective. And then it's everybody else's choice to take on what they feel is for them, that they are ready to receive, right? Otherwise, I'm just an expensive friend, especially for the people who pay me. The people who pay me. It is absolutely my role to bring them into the light. And really, at the end of the day, my whole kind of hey, gorgeous Joanne, Paula, my whole vibration is about loving you. It is about holding you in your light. It is around me holding space for that, because you are the creatrix. You are the diva. I will not kowtow or shift my vibration to come down to your level to make it comfortable for you, right? Because in doing that, I'm not of service. I am lowering my vibration and coming down to a level that you want to leave, that you want to rise above, right? So I stay, and I've learned how to cultivate this. I've learned that the opinion of others, the approval, the validation is not needed, right? That is not needed. That is my job. I'm not looking for you to approve of me. I'm not looking for you to like me. I would rather you say you're as fierce as F diva, and I would like to learn from you. I would like for you to hold my hand, and for you to guide me, Ingrid, so that I can rise, right? So it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and then when I use stories of people, the people that really get it, and I never use their names, if I ever share a story, you know, they might cry, they might drop down to their knees, but, you know, pretty much always they have a massive transformation. Yes, Nicola, they have a massive transformation. They awaken. They always will have a choice. And I'm actually prepared to lose clients. I don't need your friggin' retainer. I don't need your payment friggin' plan. I'm not desperate for your money. What I'm committed to is your healing and your ascension. I can make money like that. I can do a webinar and make 150 grand, 200 grand, easy. I want to fill a mastermind, no problem. Making money ain't my core focus, especially now I can pay the bills. It's pretty scary when you can't pay the bills, right? But when you get into a higher vibration and you know how to make money, and you know how to bring people into your vortex, and you know how to sell, hey, gorgeous woman Marina, who's going to be my beautiful diva assistant at the 2 events I'm running in New York in September. Anyway, she's going to be doing flower crowns for some of my women, and we're doing all sorts of yummy stuff. And gosh, you know, just talk about needing support and needing to be surrounded by other amazing women. And I want to talk to you about a really little thing here. I think I just went off on a tangent, so bear with me. But, you know, I will say that when I really am honest with people and call them on their BS and we're aligned, they are so grateful. They're so grateful because at the end of the day, they know they're being held by truth and by love. And it's not to disempower, it is to empower. It is to have the divine femme or the divine goddess awaken to her strength, to her beauty, to her magnificence, to her ability to transmute all pain into light, all darkness into light, all crucifixion into light. You know? And then I was going to tell you another story. Oh, I really want to share this with you. Really, I've been talking to my clients about this, really calling out the divine clients, dream clients. And I was starting to write a bit of a prayer about it. And one thing that I do is I really channel heart-to-heart connection. So whenever I'm doing a training, if I'm on a sales call, it's heart, heart, heart. I'm always working with heart. I'm always connecting with heart. And I was doing a prayer on it. My clients wanted me to write a divine call to your dream client. And I do this, hey Nancy, for my dream clients, but also for all the people that I want to have come into my life, whether it's new friendships and relationships, my team, the team of people that I hire to have around me. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to take it on. I want you to learn from it. You deserve the best. You don't need to carry your clients. You don't need to carry your team. You don't need to overwork. You don't need to overgive. So I really want you, the more that you can clear any feeling of needing to prove yourself or overgive to get loved, to be liked, that is probably one of the most healing things that you can do for yourself, especially as an empath and a healer. So really downloading, number one, what it feels like to just be enough, to show up in your presence. Just me doing this video today, I don't need to do any more that I'm doing in this energetic space, and to trust that what people need will be received and felt, and that a cellular healing will come forward. Next, in terms of then bringing your team in, always the highest, right? So I'm very deliberate in everything that I'm creating. I used to carry my team. I would attract a lot of people with drama where I go in and try to fix it for them, or all that shiz. Oh my God. And I was always wanting, on some level, it was my fault. I did it. I attracted it in. Wanted to prove how nice I was, how caring, what a good woman I am. And there wasn't really then enough space for me to really fly in my life and in my business. And I healed that and released that. And now I attract in and will only stand for the most amazing supportive team, the most people that are on it, deliberate. They honor their word. They're grounded. I'm not here to, I don't, you know, of course I adore them. I give my clients, I give my team. I have had some people that work with me. I was speaking to a girlfriend about it. My designers work with me for 7 years. We've never had one issue. I don't have to pussyfoot around what I need to say to her. We have a very beautiful, fair relationship. I just say what I need to say. My girlfriend yesterday was saying that she likes dealing with men a lot. Her name's Monique, because they don't get so emotional. And I said, oh, it's interesting because the Eastern European women, a lot of them, Laura, maybe you could go back and watch it later. So that she can just be really direct, and the men, this is just a generalization, but her experience, sometimes I've noticed that too, men won't get so offended. Like, you just say it as it is. We don't have time to fluff around. So please do this, please do that. I remember when my designer sends me some designs and I'm not happy with them, I simply say, hey babe, we need to turn up the volume. Love your work, love you, need to turn up the volume. I pay bonuses, I do things and really reward people because I adore them and I want to have long-lasting relationships. But what I refuse to do is to have to fluff up or make them feel good about themselves. Of course, I give them affirmation and whatnot, but I like to go like I'm a Learjet. I need to go like a Learjet. Then people need to be around me in that vibration. They need to be Learjets. They need to be fast, right? My husband has a different vibration. He's a lot slower than me, and that is fine too. And I've had to learn not to feel that he needs to be at my vibration. At all. He doesn't. He plays a really great role. He's a great techie. He supports my daughter. He spends a lot of time holding space for her so I can do the work that I'm called to do. So I have space to channel in information. The truth of also that I don't really show, some people might know it, my clients know it, but I am a high priestess healer. I am able to dissolve deep DNA coding, and I'm able to really bring that into the forefront. And that used to with people in my healing work. So when someone comes to do strategy with me, they're not just getting a funnel or a Facebook ad copy, or it's like this deep healing. And I in some way have been afraid, I suppose, to show that part of myself a little bit. Maybe worried that it might come across as being seen as ego, or who does she think she is? There's some old childhood wounds that still probably need to be a tiny bit released. But right in this moment, as we're resurrecting in this sacred new energy, I'm over it. I'm so over that story. And part of doing this video today was just to be honest and raw about who I am, and to show more of who I am, and to not fear. I know a lot of my clients and people around me get feared of being judged and ridiculed and ostracized. And I think it's time to let that go, right? Thank you, Kayan. Yeah. Right? It's time to let that go. I bought this beautiful necklace that you're going to see. I'm doing all these shoots in New York coming up, and I'm planning, and it's so bizarre. Like, every single thing that I was visualizing in my mind, like, I want this red outfit, it's this whole red outfit. and I found the perfect one. It's this jumpsuit. It's like fierce as F. Then I have the black and gold, and I have these beautiful chains. It's like the High Priestess incarnate. I download people's like full on like content. I can see exactly where they need to go. I don't even know half the time what the F I'm doing. Like in terms of I just go with it. I just really just trust what comes through, and I allow myself to be supported and just download the information. And now that I've allowed myself to be supported by an amazing team, and I continue to attract beautiful people in my life, clients, friends, you know, the women in my clients, interesting enough, the ones that are doing, one of my clients just did 300K in the first 5 months of working with me. Another one just did her first $600,000 launch. And I was explaining to my friend Monique yesterday what they're like, those clients. And they're just so, there's an ease around it. They just flow. They do exactly what I say. They've worked on a lot of their shiz. It doesn't mean that stuff doesn't come up for them and we don't have to go deeper, but there's just a very deep sense of personal responsibility. And that is just awesome. And what happens is that they're Learjets. They might just need to plug in a little bit more electricity. And it's so beautiful. Like, they're divas, they're complete divas. And that doesn't mean that a diva like me, a diva like you, we need to be held. It's beautiful. Why would we want to go alone? We go so much faster and so much more beautifully, I think, being held by other women. Women who can support other women. Women who aren't intimidated by another woman's power. A woman who can see a client fly and really just hold space for that and celebrate her in all her full glory, and then go, well, let's double it, let's triple it. How about that? That's gorgeous. So I don't know, I'm just gonna probably go now. I've been cycling today on my bike. I've been moving my body, which is perfect for this time of ascension, really, to move the body. My dog's waiting for me. Charlie, are you down there, Charlie? Do you see? I don't know, this is on one of this weird handheld. So Charlie's waiting for me, and we're going to go for a beautiful walk, and then I'm going to see the Wiggles with Aria, my daughter. So yeah, guys, have a beautiful superstar team. Yeah, I had another client wanting to come to work with me. I don't know if she'll come yet. We'll see, just in terms of the energy and the vibration, and don't have much space either. So because I don't have much space, and because of the way that I want to work going forward, it's very fast. I like to go very fast. And we need a team. So I'm not the only person on the team. It has to be the Facebook ad manager, usually, unless they just want to do ads themselves. Hey, Nora, it has to be, well, my husband's probably going to talk to you, but if you want to talk to me, just reach out to me on Messenger and I'll give you a call, or on your cell or something. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, but the thing for me is I'm really good at copy. I'm really good at writing copy, but it takes so long to write great copy for a big funnel. And if someone's never had a funnel set up and they've never done a webinar before and they really want to start converting and moving quickly, I don't want to look at copious amounts of content. Or I don't mind like going over it. So what I do though is I say to people, if you're going to come and work with me, let's get a copywriter in, someone that I trust. I only have a couple of people that I really trust to get the job done. And I just want to say that a copywriter that's really good understands funnels. Like it's not just writing copy that connects emotionally and all that stuff and all that. That's one really important part of it, but then they need to understand strategy and funnels. So I have a team of people that I work with when someone comes to me privately, and we work together, and I get along with those people like soul sisters. And if I ever have an issue or I want to tweak any copy or go harder on it at all, like really full on with the messaging, that's when I get involved. I'll have a meeting with the copywriter. I hold space for it. We download the vision, but I do a lot of the big picture messaging, and then ensure that my clients can sell their asses off shame-free. Just so, because selling, that's why I have no shame around selling, because selling is to serve, selling is sacred. If someone wants to come to work with me, buy my program. It's transformational. I give 1,000% to sell. Tell people what you have to offer. Own it. Own it, own it, own it. If you don't own it, I won't buy from you. Why would I buy from you? You don't have the frequency to hold me. Why would I buy from you? I have plenty of money to spend. I like spending my money. I like investing in my business. I'm always looking. Don't buy into scarcity, you know? Don't buy into scarcity. There's plenty of people with a lot of money. Programs like that. Don't hold your power and sell. Sell to serve. Sell to serve. And I think I've covered everything in my tagline right now, so I'm going to go and leave you and work on my booty because I'm getting ready for my leather pants in New York City. I'm sending you guys so much love. You are so powerful, powerful than you could possibly imagine. So start imagining it even more. Start feeling into it. The secret to fortune, the sacred law of fortune, is definitely forgiveness of self and others. It's definitely faith, and it's future visioning, it's future feeling into the future of that which you want to receive, and really making sure that you embody that frequency as the truth, the truth, the truth, the truth. It's embodied in you now. It always exists within before you can see it as a physical reality. And I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to do some more free training on my group at High End Empire. It's a free group coming up soon, all on the sacred law of femme fortune. And heaps more stuff on resurrection and rebirth and healing. And I'm sending you so much love. Okay, bye.